So guys, competitive shooters, tactical shooters, they just have been in my DNA since forever. Counter-Strike, SOCOM, Gears of War, Halo, you name it, I've played it, okay? And to be very honest with you guys, I don't feel like that's going to die down anytime soon. Competitive shooters are just everything to me, be it first person or third person shooters. I just love being in that competitive scene. It just is what it is. Now, it's not too often that shooters strike me as something brand new and innovative and something that I could really get behind instantly, right? It takes time for me to build trust with games and understand if a game is really good or not good. It's just as simple as that. It takes time. These things take time. There was a game that I played a while back, and this title is called Due Process. Now, don't let this game's graphics fool you. To some people, this may look scary, okay? It may look kind of crazy, but I kid you not, this is one of the best tactical shooters that I played in quite some time. Now, with that said, guys, I have some breaking news for you within this video about Due Process. This game is looking to make a major comeback. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys some of the highlights of the game and some of the lowlights in my opinion. And then towards the end, I will talk about this game's potential future. Now, if that sounds good to you, make sure that you like this video. And also, if you have not done so already, consider subscribing today so you can stay up to date on all the shooter news and updates that you care about. Now, if somebody was to ask me and say, hey, Abel, what can you describe Due Process as? Now, I would simply tell you this is a low poly Rainbow Six Siege. That's the best way I could describe it, honestly. And I don't feel like I would be wrong for saying that. This game here, Due Process, embodies tactical gameplay. So if you're a person that's into thinking and you like a thinking man's game, Due Process will be right up your alley without a shadow of a doubt. Now, there were some sus things about this game here that I will talk about later on, but let's talk about what the game does have going on for itself. So that Rainbow Six Siege type of style of gameplay, just in low poly format, that's what the game is overall hitting for. Also, if you didn't know, this game has procedurally generated maps. Now, this has been a big thing as of recent within games such as 6 Days in Fallujah, but Due Process honestly was one of the first to innovate in this style and actually do a pretty damn good job. Better than 6 Days in Fallujah, might I add, in my opinion. And on top of that, guys, the environments were destructible. You have breachable walls and destruction within the maps themselves, so the immersion within the game itself was awesome as well. Due Process had a lot going on for it in its time. And also, a subtle nuance in the game is this, right? So when you're playing as an attacker or defender, the weapon that you bring in on the field could only be used once. Yeah, you heard right. And I know that sounds really creepy and scary. You can't even visualize it, can you? But it works, right? So if you bring a weapon on the field, let's just say an M16, and you die with that weapon, your team no longer has that weapon to use in the next rounds. Yeah, super lit style, super lit premise to how you play. Again, Due Process was tactical in every sense of the word. And traditionally, guys, it lines up as this. There's a 5v5 team going at it to win rounds. Now, I forget how many round durations there are to win a match, but again, think Rainbow Six Siege in essence, and you'll catch on pretty quick with Due Process. Now, I'll be very real with you guys. Currently, this game is all but dead. Nobody's really populating the servers at all in this title. But with that said, this game is looking to make a huge comeback. The devs have recently updated a roadmap, and these are some of the highlight things that I care to mention to you guys that is coming in a future update for Due Process. And guys, you should be very excited about this. So some of the things coming to Due Process is as follows. Bots are coming to the game for longevity, which is awesome. Ranked overhaul, super excited about that. I love ranked. Audio kill confirmation. So they're overhauling the audio both for kill confirmations in the overall game, which is super dope. And then better AI art. Now, guys, there's a lot of information that they put in the roadmap. I will link that down in the description below for you to check out if you care to look into more detail. But these are some key aspects that I feel personally is going to get this game popping, and I would love to give this title a second go because when I played it in the past, I really enjoyed myself, but I'm going to talk about the dark side right now. Now, I know many of you guys are like, Abel, the dark side, what's going on? What's the secret about this game? I'm gonna be very honest with you here and listen close. Now, with all the good that I highlighted about Due Process, these were the things that I noticed in the game that were actually somewhat game breaking now that I'm reminiscing on my time, right? The hit reg in the game was not the best. I briefly mentioned it a long time ago talking about the frame drops. I don't even think it was frame drops. Actually, I take that back. Now that I'm thinking, it was a mix between desync, frame drops, and hit reg. So when you got into gun battles, essentially, your gameplay was sus, bro. It was looking kind of, oh, what's going on here? You know what I mean? That was the heartbreaking, sad truth about this game, because if your gameplay is not reliable and you need a referee to confirm a kill or not, you're looking in a bad way, my dude. You're looking in a bad way. This game needed to thrive in that manner, and it simply didn't. Now, coming around to Due Process this go around, we actually had an announcement from the devs talking about the hit reg. So the devs recently were talking about their hit reg and how they're going to rework it on Twitter. And this is some very, very exciting news because I felt like that was just one thing hindering this game from just excelling in a big way. Now, also, I'll say this though, the business model, the price tag, back in the day, $24.99. In a world of free to play. That's a kind of tough sell for a lot of people, but I feel as though if they strike a good balance with pricing, or heck, even go free to play, this game would thrive again. Now, I'm happy that the devs are not giving up on their title because I believe personally that Due Process is a unique, competitive, first-person shooter that everybody will enjoy if they get their shit right with the hit reg and the desync and all those issues. They get that ironed out and the rank overhaul comes and the stars align in that fashion, bro, this could essentially be another low poly hit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to the low poly games. My gosh, we have BattleBit, we have Due Process looking to come from the grave. We just have a lot of good titles that we could actually lean on nowadays. And if Due Process comes back in the manner that I hope it does, we'll be in for another treat. So if you want to hear about a first-person shooter that is soon to be gone forever, this is the heartbreaking story of the Cycle Frontier. Be sure to click this video here, and I'll be sure to see you there.